Hello, hello, hello. It is Cassandra Terry, your manifesting miracle maker, and today is Transformation Tuesday. On Tuesday, we talk about something that's happening all the time, but we often struggle with, and that's change, or better yet, huge change, big change, transformation. And we've talked about this every Tuesday for quite some time. And the one thing that change is hard. And so today we're specifically going to look at the emotional aspect of change. What are the different phases of change? And I wrote an article quite a while back. I've been blogging for about a year, and I wrote about the chaos and change. Even when it's something positive, even when there's something good that's happening, you may buy a new house, you may get married, but whatever the case may be, there's change and you have to adapt to that change. And it's a process. When that honeymoon excitement wears off of whatever that shiny new object is, that's whatever it is that you've accomplished, you still have to really integrate that thing into your life. And that's where you have to really deal with the change and what it means to have accomplished what it is that you were going for. And even in goodness, even when there's something that we really wanted, like a new house or a new car or a marriage or a new baby. A new baby is a perfect example. When we have a new child, sometimes we work really hard for a very long time to have that baby. And we've got to wait about 9, 10 months for it to get here. And we're all excited. And then life sets in. The baby needs to eat every couple of hours. So you're not sleeping, your routine is broken. There's so many things that happen. And then as that change continues to go on, over time things settle down and you get accustomed to it and you incorporate it and it becomes your new normal. And now it's fully integrated into your life and you're better able to handle it. So today, that's exactly what we're going to look at, is the emotional phases. And I'm doing this because every time I think about it, I think about a roller coaster, the ups and downs. But we'll look at the emotional roller coaster, or process of change. So I'm going to bring up a visual for you guys so you can actually follow along. Let's see. And while I'm bringing it up, I want to say hello to a few people. I see Karen Patterson, my classmate from way, way back in the day. I'm not going to give away our age, Karen. Although I give it away all the time. And my birthday's coming up. So I don't know how you guys are going to figure out how to sing happy birthday to me virtually in a couple of weeks, but it's coming. Good morning, Alicia. Good morning, Mother. My office smells so good. Do you know? So Aromatic Visions is my mom, y'all, and she has a candle company. So she makes them all at home. Everything is soy based and all natural ingredients, and I have yet to light one of the candles. I just take the lid off and set them in a couple of places in my office, and it smells so good all the time. Good morning, Shay. Good morning, Karen. Look at my sister Tiffany is on. Chris Barnes joining from LinkedIn. Glad to see you here. Shay is also from LinkedIn. So I see YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I see quite a few of you from TikTok as well. So I have to apologize to my TikTok audience because you guys, I'm looking at you on a phone that's set up behind my laptop. And the white writing is flashing by quickly and it's small. And I told Karen I wasn't going to give away our age, but I'm lying. Um, I'll be 55 in a couple of weeks, and my eyes are about 75. So seeing your name scroll by is very, very difficult. But I'm hoping to fix that really soon. But I see you guys are here. Somebody just dropped some hearts, and I do appreciate every one of you for joining. Good morning, Tammy. It is a beautiful day. Tammy says it's a beautiful day. Good morning, everyone. Angela, good morning, sis. Happy Tuesday. And y'all, I can't even begin to tell you how good I feel. I just left the gym. I had a nice 45, 50 minute workout and ran up the stairs as quickly as I could get here because I had 2 minutes from the time we pulled into the driveway until this live was about to start. And that sounds kind of rushed, It is rushed, but it's doing things that I really love to do. This is my morning routine. And being at the gym, yes, I will share the link for my mom's candles. And mother, if you hear that, if you want to drop the link in the comments, Angela is asking for the link to your candles. But transformation takes work. So I posted a video already this morning of me lifting weights at the gym, and the caption to that video was, we can have whatever it is that we're willing to work for. Transformation is a process. If it came easy, everybody would do it. It wouldn't even be worth us talking about. But truth be told, it's not easy at all. And we know physically, if we're trying to transform, it can be difficult, but emotionally, transformation can be difficult as well. Let me make this bigger so you guys can see it and so I can see it. I am actually going to pull up the graphic, I think, to make it even easier for me to see. How is that working for y'all? Can y'all see this? Give me a thumbs up. She just dropped it, Angela. She just dropped her the link to her candle company, aromaticvisions.myshopify.com. So but yeah, you guys let me know. Somebody please thumbs up or thumbs down whether or not you were able to see the visual. It's called the emotional response to change. Okay, I see a thumbs up. So my mom said she can see it. So I'm going to assume that you all can see it, but it's difficult for me. So I'm actually going to pull it up on my system to make it a little bit easier for me to see, because I want you guys to, I want to be able to really walk you through. Okay, Chris says, I see the chart. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Mom, for the feedback. That helps. But give me just 1 second. I told y'all I just ran in from the gym, so I'm a little scatterbrained at the moment, but I do feel good. I feel so good. Uh, all right, I'm making it bigger for these 55-year-old eyes of mine. And I'm really blowing it up if y'all could see my screen. So, all right. So I've got the chart in front of me, the emotional response to change. And on the along the side, it says morale and competence. So, how do you feel about the change? And how well do you feel that you can manage the change? What's your morale and what's your competence? And that's going to kind of go up and down as we move through this process. And then at the bottom, it's talking about the passing of time. So in the beginning, the very first stage is shock. You're surprised, or there's a shock that's felt due to the event. And that's even if it's a positive. So you can imagine, as a new parent or a set of new parents, you've got this new baby in the house and you've been dreaming about the day that your little bundle was coming home. And then all of a sudden, you hear screaming all night long, every couple of hours, because the baby's wet. The baby needs to eat. The baby needs to be comforted to get used to the new environment. So there's a little shock to the system. Even though it's a wonderful thing that you're experiencing, there's some shock to the system in the beginning, because you don't think about that part of it so much. You're dreaming about the fantasy of bringing that little bundle home, and now you're in the throes of it. Reality is setting in, and you're like, oh my God, I haven't slept in 2 weeks. You start to feel bad, you can't focus, and so you're just in that shock. But not much time has passed. You may not feel all that competent. You're kind of midway. I've never done this before. Can I handle it? So you've got all this emotional turmoil that's going on. And then a little bit more time passes, and then there may be some denial. I cannot believe this is not what I signed up for. I can't believe this happened. This is not what I expected. And so you're not believing that whatever happened is true. So of course you believe that the baby's there, but you may not believe or have expected what the experience is going to be. But even think about a loss. We have a lot of people right now, lots of companies are doing layoffs. And so folks are hearing, every day there's people hearing that their job is going away. And so after the shock of that, they may not even respond when you first tell them, because they're just shocked and can't believe that this is happening. And then the denial sets in. Oh no, I must have dreamt that. There's just no way after all this time that I could be losing my job after I just got here, or I've been here for so long. They just can't believe it. So you go from that shock of numbness and just overwhelmed by the fact that it's happening, that you kind of shut down, into denial. And then as time passes, emotionally there's going to be a dip first. You may get angry, you get frustrated. If we go back to the new parents, they may start to bicker with each other a little bit. You're not helping enough with the baby. I had to get up more than you did last night. They're just frustrated. And if it's the job situation, yeah, you're mad. You are playing company. You are playing with my livelihood. You're telling me that the paycheck that me and my family are accustomed to is not going to be coming after a certain time. So it's common for frustration to set in. And after frustration, the next emotion may be a little bit of depression. You're sad and your energy's low. You're just overcome with the disbelief of the situation that you're in, and you're not at a point to where you can handle it. So right now it's hard to get going. It's hard to get up in the morning. You don't want to talk about it. Sometimes it throws your whole routine off and you're just unable to function the way you usually do. And if you look at this, it's very similar to a grief cycle, because any type of loss, we can grieve, and we can even grieve change, because you've lost the common experience that you were accustomed to, and now something else is going on, and you end up in somewhat of a grief cycle. So you go from shock to denial to frustration, and now you're depressed. After you settle in a little bit and there's a little bit more passing of time, you've had a chance to think about the reality, and that's exactly what starts to happen. The emotions settled a little bit, and that allows the brain to kick in again. And you start to think, how can I adjust? What am I going to do? What's the next best step? And so you start to experiment. If it's the job situation, let me get my resume together. Let me reach out to some people in my network. Let me get on LinkedIn and upload my resume and show myself available. Maybe I'll work with a recruiter. Oh, I remember this guy who did something similar to me. Let me see if he's looking, or if his company may be looking. The brain starts to kick in, and you start to start focusing on the solution and not so much the shock and awe of what just happened. You move from being overwhelmed by the problem to looking at the solution and how you can move through it. So now we're getting somewhere. And if you notice on the curve, emotionally, you're on the upswing. You've had that low, you've had that emotional low, that when the depression set in, and you've worked your way through that, and now you're starting to emotionally be on the upswing and start really working through. And all of this, the only thing that's really happened is the passage of time. And that is an important point that I want to make today, that all of these points along the way, they're valid. Allow yourself to experience them. Tell yourself that it's okay. Give yourself some grace as you're working through the process, but understand that that's what it is. It is a process, and we all have to go through processes all the time. But usually what we want to do is go from point A all the way to the end. But we really need to hit those steps along the way. If you get lucky and you can skip a couple, more power to you. But when you see somebody on this curve, they've had some shocking news, or something big has happened in their life, and they were working their way through it. The best thing that you can do is to listen to them and tell them that it's okay, and walk with them through it. Be a part of the support system. Don't tell them, oh, well, this happens to everybody. Sometimes, we kick a dog when they're down without really intending to. And the best thing that we can do is allow someone to be who and where they are in their process, instead of telling them how they should feel, how they should react. Oh, well, something worse than that happened to me, and here's how I handled it. It's not about you right now. It's the person who's going through whatever they're going through, and you can be a sounding board and listen more than you talk, and actually allow them to have a safe space to work through this process. So now, after the experimenting and you're thinking about how to adjust to the new situation, you've put a few different ideas out there, you've put some fillers out, you're trying to figure out. Now you're getting to decision. and you're slowly adapting to the new change. You're getting a more positive outlook. You're looking at what life can look like on the other side of this thing. And again, emotionally, you continue on your way upwards. I coach, and I work with people on mindset, and I really enjoy working with them when they're struggling through something like this, because I want to be that safe place where they can dump what they're feeling, and I can also work with them through the process and the experimenting and getting to a decision and all of that. And I was talking to someone recently who was just distraught over finding out that his job was going away. And my question to him was, you're going to get there. When you get to this experiment phase, the question that you have to ask yourself, and sometimes asking yourself the right questions and having the right people in your life will help you move through these phases quicker. And the question is, what opportunity is out there for you now that you wouldn't have been aware of if you weren't in this uncomfortable situation right now? It's time to experiment. He was getting to that phase and thinking, what am I going to do next? And that was the positive thing I wanted him to see. When one door closes, another one opens, and there's something out there for you to do that you absolutely would not even be aware of if you weren't where you are right now, because you would be doing what you do every single day. This is shaking you up. This is giving you a chance to look up and look out and really figure out what's the next best step for you. All right, so we've moved from shock to denial to frustration. We've kind of emotionally bottomed out at depression, and we've worked our way up to really thinking through our options in the experiment phase. And now we're slowly adapting to the change, and we have a positive outlook. We've made a decision. And now we're at that final stage, and that's integration. When you integrate, you've completely adjusted to the change. You feel renewed. It becomes a part of, hi Grant, it becomes a part of your regular life. It's fully a part of your new normal. That's what I'll call it. When you've integrated, it's not even something that you really have to think about anymore. You got the baby on a sleep schedule, so time has passed that everyone is able to get back to sleep. And the new schedule may not be, your 8 hours, 7 hours, 6 hours, whatever it was you were accustomed to, but you have adjusted. Your baby has to eat every couple of hours, so you figure that out. You work a rotation, and you figure out how you're going to manage that within your household. And then eventually the baby gets older and doesn't have to eat every few hours, and now the routine is changing and working better for everybody. Those that are looking, there's a new job out there. Are you going to start your own company? Are you going to consult? Are you going to contract? Those are the types of things you're going to consider in the experiment stage. And then as you experiment, some things are going to stick. Some things are going to work and feel right. Other things are going to absolutely not. I don't want to go back into that environment, or I don't want the extra implications of what it means to run my own company, or you're going to think through what feels right for you, and then you're going to make a decision. And after you make that decision, it's still a little bumpy for a while because you're in a new space. So expect a little bit of bumpiness. But as you integrate, as you get closer and more comfortable, and you're doing whatever that new thing is more and more, you become completely adjusted to the change, and you feel renewed. It's a part of your life, and you're back to a new normal. You're not where you were before. And that's one of the things why this process is important. And people have to recognize where they are on the process and allow themselves to work through it. Some of that frustration and anger and depression is necessary because you're saying goodbye to what life was before this event. New parents don't get to go back to the single life that they had before they brought this little life into the world. Having a date night, the things that they used to do at home, they have to now incorporate a third being into that scenario. So you don't ever quite go back to where you were. So part of this process is letting go of that. That's why change is difficult, even when it's change that you want. It's uncomfortable at first because you have the life that you lived before this new event happened, and that's what you're accustomed to, and now it's all shaken up. So you've got to work through that shaking and figure out what it looks like on the other side, and make peace and be okay and find your stride in the new without bemoaning what was. You got to let go of what was. And that's what makes life a little bit difficult, and why this process happens even when it's something positive, even when something good is going on. So I hope that helps you. There's no way that we can do the same thing and have a different result. We know that. So if you want something different, you have to do something different. And in that different doing, in that deciding that you want this transformation, understand that whether it's a positive thing that you've decided or life happens to you and knocks you off your game, here's the process that you'll go through in some form or fashion. You may not hit every step, depending on what the change is, but understand that you're going through a process, or someone that you're that's in your life is going through a process. And when you realize this prepares you to give yourself some grace, to support other people as they go through, and not just expect. You're not going to go from shock straight to integration. There's some work that we have to do as humans to fully implement and accept that change and make it a part of our new normal. So that's what I wanted to talk with you guys today. Now that I'm going to jump back over and see what comments have come my way. Let's see. All right. I see Sierra join. Good morning, Sierra. Hi, Chanda. I'm so glad to see you here. I see your thumbs up. Don't Weak says, have a wonderful day. I wish you the same. Sierra said, woo wee, anger came quick, lol, but I'm working on it. Change is hard, but necessary. Change is hard, but necessary. If you want something other than what you already have, you have to do something different. And that is the definition of change, right? You're doing something different than what you always do. So, and he said, the only thing that's guaranteed in life is change. Change is constant. And we have to realize that change is happening all the time, no matter what. We're not the same. We're not the same, but sometimes we don't realize it. We're not locked in enough to what's going on. So we're still holding on to yesterday, and this new day has happened and we're a part of it. And instead of fighting it, we've got to work our way through that process to embrace it so that we can enjoy and experience it as much as possible. And if it's a difficult situation, you want to get through that process that we just talked about as smoothly as possible. We don't want to stay in the depression state for too long. We want to honor our feelings and understand that it's a part of the process. But if you find yourself there too long, then you may need some help. You may need somebody to help you get out of it. And so that's why understanding the process, understanding what's happening along each point, and you being aware will help you. If it's not you, you're capable of helping somebody else. Shonda said, good morning, Lord, help me with change. Help all of us with change. We say we want something different, but we want it to magically happen. And we want it to happen the way we want it to happen. And it's rare that it's that way. It's a process. It is absolutely a process. But and I wanted to say this particular graphic I didn't create. In the corner, it has, let me take a look and see. It's something psychology. Um, the present psychologist. So that's something that you can look up. And I'm sure there's more information to go along with this. I was on LinkedIn the other day and someone had shared this post last week. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is perfect for Transformation Tuesday. I want to give them this visual and we kind of talk through it. So I wanted to share that with you guys. If anybody wants it, shoot me your email and I will send the graphic to you. Not a problem. And I have an announcement. Most of the people on here are folks who I know in some form or fashion, and I am absolutely grateful for you guys showing up and supporting. And the new faces, the people that are here for the first time, welcome. I am Cassandra Terry. I am your manifesting miracle maker. I am here Monday through Friday. Mondays, I'm here at noon Central, and Tuesday through Friday, I'm here at 7:15, right after my workout. So I usually look a hot, sweaty mess, but that's okay. That's where I am right now, and this is the time that works for me with all the other obligations that I have, because I'm about to shower and head to work soon. But the announcement is I just released a new class. Most of you guys see in the comments, a link is pinned to my free mini course. It only takes you about half an hour to get through, and it's called Transforming Your Inner Critic into Your Inner Advocate. That class was designed to introduce you all to the concepts that I talk about all the time. Transform it, because I believe that the voice within wins. Let me move this graphic really quickly. And so the voice within wins. You see that right beneath my name every single day. And what I mean by that is what you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself dictates how your life will unfold. It'll help you determine what you are going to try and what you won't try. It'll help you, it will tell you what you deserve and what you don't deserve. And it just quietly, you've got these messages playing in your head that's driving your life. And most of the time, we don't even realize that it's happening. So, what I'm here to do is to help you tap into that inner voice, hear what you're saying about yourself. And a lot of times, it's cruel. A lot of times, it's things that you would never say to another individual, but you walk around with that playing in your head about yourself all the time. That's what I'm here to fix. That's a problem that I am here to help you solve through the work that I do, one-on-one group counseling, as well as the courses that I put out. So that Transforming Your Inner Critic is a free course, but it's just a bite. It's a bite of what it is that I offer. Yesterday I served the whole meal, guys, and I am so excited about that. My class is called The 6 C's of Eliminating self-limiting beliefs. Removing self-limiting beliefs is what it's all about, because more than anything that's happening externally, what we think and feel about ourselves is what's standing between us and the life that we desire. And so I'm here to help you clean that mess up. Rewrite that negative messaging so that you are your own best advocate and you are serving and doing for you instead of holding yourself back. I help you get out of your own way. So shoot me your email. I will be more than happy to send you the free course. And after you've done the free course, if you want more, if that tastes good and you want the whole meal, right now I've got the early bird special of the class going on. It's a downloadable, online self-paced course. It's $97 from now till April the 27th. April 27th, which is my birthday, it goes up to the full price of 197. So you can save $100 by doing the class or signing up for the class early. And you still got it. Today's the 18th, so you still have a bit of time, 9 days before the 27th. So just reach out, let me know. I'll get you the links to anything that you're interested in. Um, I stand behind that class. I know that it will help you. It's helped me. And all I've done is taking my life experience, someone who suffered from imposter syndrome, someone who did not believe in herself, someone who would be so nervous every time I had to stand in front of an audience that the first few minutes I couldn't breathe. I had such stage fright. I would, after a while, the and I got going, I would be okay, but I was close to passing out every time I started. I'm holding my chest because I can still feel what those moments were like. But I have moved past that. I have done the work. You guys see me here talking to you. You can find me on YouTube and different places where I've been on stages and have been a keynote speaker for different conferences and things. Your beginning does not dictate your end. You do. You really do. Not what's going on around you, but when you make up your mind that you deserve better and you're willing to do the work to have better, better will come. But you've got to believe that. If what I'm saying, you're rolling your eyes, girl, you don't know my situation. I don't. I absolutely don't. But what I know, that if you get your mind right and you're willing to lock in and do the work to transform your mind, regardless of your situation today, you can have the tomorrow that you really desire. And that's what I'm here to help you do. So reach out, drop your email, let me know what you're interested in. I will get it over to you right away. And for that, we're going to close today. I am wishing you guys a wonderful Transformation Tuesday. Transformation is an action word. You have to do the work. Dreaming is not just a dream, it's dream plus action. And I'm here to help you make it happen, whatever it is. So enjoy the rest of your day. I'll be back tomorrow on Wednesday, which is Wake Up Wednesday, where we talk about being intentional. Part of getting what you want is being intentional and locking in and knowing what that is and doing the things that will support that. So that will be our discussion tomorrow. You guys have a great day. I see some email addresses coming in, so I'll get the information right over there to you. And any, thank you so much. He said you are a star, Cassandra. Any, you are a star maker, and I appreciate you. Liliana, is that Liliana Sutton? Thank you so much for joining. I see you guys from multiple places, and I am grateful for each and every one of you. And we will do it again tomorrow when we talk about being intentional. Have a great day, everybody.